Welcome to SIssues. We are two sisters with issues and a need to work them out, and we're inviting you along for the ride.
Here we are taking the big things we have in common. Our love for Outlander, inappropriate humor, and why people do the things they do. Mix this up with our dirty lady mo's, and this podcast is born.
But don't worry, we'll explore other issues too.
Because you know,
when you have sisters, you have issues.
If you are easily offended or don't appreciate the creative use of colorful Canadian cursive language, this is not the podcast for you.
Well, welcome back to SIssues, everybody. Hi, Cher.
Hello, Phyllis. Or Phil, sorry.
How you doing?
I'm peachy.
You're peachy? I don't like peaches.
Okay, well then I'm not too shitty today. How's that sound?
It's better.
I usually answer people like that. I went to the therapist the other day, and my therapist receptionist is her husband.
Uh-huh.
And I walked in, and he was like, "So how are you today?" And that's what I said, "Not too shitty." And he's like, I
don't know what to say.
That's better than shitty, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. And I usually reply with that when people ask me how I'm doing. Not too shitty.
Well, just don't say you're peachy, because I don't like peaches. And I kind of like you, so yeah.
Well, kind of like me.
Well, that only took a second.
Fucking thank you, man. Well, I was like, a little bit.
I said that on purpose. Oh, suck it up, princess. Let's move on. Okay, so season 3, episode 4 of Lost Things.
Season 3 of episode 4 of Lost Things.
Yes.
That
okay.
was my translation.
Yeah, that was not a good one. But anyway, okay, well done.
Wow, you are one cheeky monkey today.
Yeah, I am. So get your Netflix ready, get your DVD, however you want to watch the episode. And again, we're starting at the beginning of the song because, we're a little bit odd that way. All right, Cher, it's all in your hands.
My hands.
Your hands. No, doesn't mean clapping. It means count the people down so they know when to start the friggin' episode.
Fine. God, you're bossy today. Did you take a Wanda pill?
So funny. No.
That's our oldest sister, by the way.
We love her.
Yeah, we do. But she's bossy. Okay. So
she's the oldest. She's supposed to be bossy.
Oh, shit. You know what I did wrong?
What did you do wrong?
I started playing it without you guys. So I have to go back. And then I have to go forward. And then I have to go back again because I pushed it again. And I'm just so
5938, sister. It is so nice out, but it's so freaking windy. There's a Chinook blowing in, and I put my head outside, and my hair just goes sideways, and I can't see anything.
Okay, for those people that don't know, you have to explain what a Chinook is.
Okay, so we live within about 45 minutes from the eastern side of the Rocky Mountains, and we are just kind of south of Calgary.
You can tell us in a shorter.
It blows warm wind where it can change like 20 degrees in 5 minutes. Is that better?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's cool.
Get on with it, sister.
I'm fine. Okay. So we're around 46 seconds in with 59:38 left. All right. So I'm going to count you down. As soon as I hit 1, you are going to press play. So how am I going to do this today? 3, 2, 1.
My gosh. Who put your nuts in a vice? Oh my God. Oh my God.
That was not. I cannot hit a high note. No.
Yeah.
Not without.
Yeah, I have one of those throaty voices today.
Yeah, I always have a throaty voice, and then when my thyroid's bad, it gets even worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've always been a 1-900 I will do dirty things to you voice.
Well, our mom had a voice like that. I don't know why she didn't ever try to make money off on the side.
Oh, she could. But, you know, as soon as a guy would say something super dirty to her, she'd be like, "You're perf."
Yep, exactly. Well, you got to give her credit. She was most certainly entertaining.
Oh, gosh, that's something. That is for sure. Yeah.
As sick as she was, man, she sure knew how to pull out humor and happiness out of life.
As sick as she was sick.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh gosh.
All righty, here we go.
Of lost things.
Yeah,
Oh.
this episode is hard for me. You know,
Somebody's really old. They're ejaculating sawdust.
God. You're so funny. Again, shadows, whatever. Take away the entertainment. That's fine. It's all good.
Carving a new snake.
Yep. Scotland, 1968.
Your reading is getting really good.
I know, right? Thanks. Oh, I love this whole and typical.
What is this? What
historian,
does it remind you
right?
of? It reminds you of Reverend Wakefield when he had Claire's board of where she was.
Yeah.
And it's probably the exact same board.
You know what? It probably is.
Yep.
Only it's a little older.
You can almost smell this room.
Yep.
You know what I mean? With all those old books and...
Oh, I know. I love the smell of old books, though. Mm-hmm. It's not the mildew that's attached to the old books. It's the smell of the old books. I have quite a few from the late 1800s, really early 1900s, with the fold-out maps on the inside.
I love that awkwardness with Fiona. Like, Fiona's like, you know, I know Roger.
Yes. He needs some butter on his scone.
He's
getting thin.
And Brianna kind of looks at him like,
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, there's James Fraser, Brock Turok.
The first real indication that,
I kind of sounded like a rooster when I said that. Brock Turok. Or a parrot, Brock Turok.
That's good. Great. Now that you've started that, that's all I'm going to hear throughout the whole episode. I think it's going to be a new thing on social media.
No, Turok. Now you're going to say it. So, see,
it's going to be in my head for the whole damn episode now. Jeez.
Oh, look at all the fancy wagons.
Carriage.
The carriage with fancy wagons.
There's no traveling light there, right? I don't see Samsonite anywhere.
Nope. Not a one.
What beautiful horses, though. Oh, Frisian.
Aren't you going to read that?
Oh. Hellwater, England, 1756. See, and I have a good memory, too. It was like gone, and I remembered it. Yeah.
Yippers. Here's Geneva.
She's so pretty. Why does she have to be such a snot?
Because she's going to have to marry some old fuck. Or did she already marry him? No, she's going to have to. Yeah, that's right.
But not yet. They just came back from vacation. Like,
I know, but she is a free spirit. She loves just being on her own, and she has had to be wrapped in this little plastic life.
Yeah.
So that's why. She just wants to, but she knows what's ahead of her. She's going to have an arranged marriage. She's going to, that's why. She doesn't like this life that she's in. And that's why she's a little bitch about it, because she's mad about it. I'm sure that I would be, if I was stuck in that life where I was just, like...
I would have been burned at a very young age, though,
Well,
to be
she's
honest.
a bird. I've always felt that Geneva was kind of like a bird in a cage, like just,
very small cage.
Stuck. Right. Yeah. Well, like somebody took a crow or a magpie or something and shoved it in a cage.
But you know what? And she's not hesitant to take it out on every single person around her. That's the only thing I don't like.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what makes her... I'm not going to say that word.
You can say twat.
It's a very bad word.
No, it's not. It's twat. See, I'll say it for you.
And Jamie, he looks like he needs a little bit of nourishment. He looks kind of gaunt in the face.
Well, that's because he just came out of Hellwater.
Yeah. No, he is in Hellwater. He just came out of jail.
Right. He just came out of prison. Sorry.
Hello, Sherry. This is Outlander. This is season 3, episode 4.
Where am I?
Okay, and he needs to get that wig taken care of. With all the money he has, oh, but that's right. They're on the poor side. See? They are so good in costume.
Mm-hmm.
See, he can't afford to go get his wig fixed, but we don't know that right now, right?
Who's on the poor side?
Him.
Oh, right.
You know, that's why they need to marry off Geneva, right?
Well, no, they always marry off their kids to better circumstances.
But they really need it now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he can't even get his wig fixed. Like, come on. A little bit of comb and hairspray. There you go.
Hairspray, powder. They used powder.
That's to keep the fuzzies down. They use the powder.
Right. Like you use hairspray.
I know.
They didn't have hairspray.
Ooh, that was a cute little side smile. Right?
Oh, what happened?
Will you have some scone water? What?
It's not scone time. They're having trouble with the car.
No, but that's what she
bumped his head. I don't have.
He said she was making fun of Yona and how she was
That's
talking
right.
to.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
I'm here again. Now, see his little scarf? They've always got little nods.
Yes, I like it.
I bought a hat that is exactly like Brianna's.
Okay, I have some hats just like Brianna's. I love them. They are so nice. I would like to. That's got a slight thing of corduroy to it, does it not?
Yep.
Where's your hat?
Hanging in my bedroom.
Why
aren't I wearing it? Because I'm sitting here doing a podcast. I don't need to wear a hat for it.
Hey, at least you could dress the hell up for me a little bit.
You're wearing a pajama top.
No, it's a nightgown.
Oh.
Hey, but it's Minnie Mouse, so I did dress up. And I'm wearing the black, what are those things called? The black pants to go with it.
Tights.
Long johns.
So dress up. Oh, look, whoever draws the short straw has to take Geneva out for a ride.
Yeah.
Do it.
Fetch it now, at once. Go. Imbecile. Oh, I sounded like Fergus for a second.
You did.
Thank you.
Gosh, how you go riding?
Scotchman.
All dressed up.
Oh, I just want to, Anyway, I want to say bad words.
What? We warn people before every podcast that we're going to swear.
Is that an acorn on top of the fence?
An acorn?
It looked like a really big acorn sitting on top of the fence.
Cone.
Yeah, same crap, different pile. It comes from a tree.
I love her in Sex Education so much. She was so good. I loved her so much in it.
I think I just love her. She just seems to be such a natural. It's like, you just threw her in. She didn't have to memorize any lines. She's just pulling it off so well.
Yeah. She's a great actress, but she's also just sweet. And she knows, like, she's the same bird in the cage, but she's just like, I'm fucking going with it, man.
She has a different perspective on life. You know what I mean? She's the one that chooses to be happy. Like, even though she's talking about the horses being caged up and all of that,
she understands. Like, she gets it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She is sweet.
She accepts everybody, their lots in life. She doesn't see anybody differently.
Well, she doesn't see anybody as underneath her. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So she just talks to them like they're a regular person and makes them feel comfortable. So good for her. She's got a cute little hat.
I was just looking at those little wildflowers that are kind of sticking on it.
It looks like it's a blue pussy willow. Almost. Hey?
I think that was there for a reason. Now that I think about it, I never really thought about it before.
Yeah.
It's like she's like that little added wildflower that's in it. So she's still got some,
spunk.
Yeah. Oh.
Who could it be? Calling from Boston.
It's their BFF.
Yeah.
Joe. Lady Jane. I love that.
Me too. I'm glad he has a nickname for her. I still want to see if there's just no way that his last name is Abernathy and it's not related to the Abernathys that were in Jamaica. No way. I don't believe it. And does it
Like Gillis?
Yeah, but she was married to an Abernathy,
yeah.
right?
Mm.
Drowning in sugar money.
Mm.
So I want to know, is he maybe the product of maybe sleeping with a slave, or you know what I mean?
That's raping a slave.
That's what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I wonder if that will come out later on. Probably not. But
there's so many different things. Like, I mean, I'm glad that they showed this aspect, but see when, no, they changed that storyline. Never mind.
Okay. Because I don't know where you were going with that, but
yeah,
thanks for leaving me hanging.
You've read this part of the book anyway when
yes,
Claire went back. So
yes, I did.
Yeah,
I did. Yeah, it was definitely different for sure. Mm-hmm. I find that this totally went off in a different direction. Makes sense to me though, because I watched the show first before reading the book.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. No, the way they condensed it was brilliant. Yeah.
Look at her face. Just disgust.
Well, yeah, look.
But she's still doing, for the sake of her family, she still steps forward and, you know what I mean? Even though it's like, yuck.
Every time JV looks up at that point, I think he looks like one of the like from Lord of the Rings or Hobbit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that hair needed tending to.
Yeah. Ugh, don't. She's being as cordial as she can, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
without
more like
vomiting all over him.
Yeah, as tolerant as possible.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yuck.
Mm-hmm.
They had no rights, but yet such a burden. You know what I mean? Like she knew that the only reason her family was marrying her off was because of the money. You know what I mean? And especially to him. Mm-hmm. So she has no choice. She has no word, but she has the biggest responsibility.
Yeah. And she's checking out Jamie saying, guess what?
I'm sorry, I don't blame her. I don't blame her, but I don't understand. What I don't understand is, of course, dude's gonna find out, right? You know, and how do you go that long with not sleeping with her either? Like, come on.
Well, the thing that always pissed me off about like that day and age and about a maidenhead, is like that girl rode a lot of horses and she rode horses hard.
Yeah.
Right. So the thing is, a lot of women, like a lot of girls, if they rode horses like that, they lose their cherry riding a horse.
Yes, it's just a thin layer of membrane that can go pop
at any time.
Yeah.
I knew a girl who lost a cherry in gym class.
Yeah. Well, gymnasts too will also, right?
Yep. So, I mean, it's, she didn't start her period. She just lost her cherry and she was 12 years old.
Yeah. It happens.
Mm-hmm. So, so if you have sex on your wedding night and you don't bleed, you're called a whore and a slut and all this shit because you didn't bleed. Like, fuck off, you bunch of misogynists.
I wonder how they thought about it back then. I'm sure that
that's what I'm talking about.
The membrane may be, torn, but it's still there, right? It needs some pressure to completely relieve itself.
If it's been torn and broken, like, I mean, there's,
Why are we talking about membranes?
Because we're talking about Geneva losing her cherry and not bleeding when she gets laid later.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, but we'll see.
And that's the thing, is that back then, if that happened on the wedding night, if she didn't bleed, then was considered a whore.
But then again, guys didn't pay too much attention to the blood.
Back then they did.
I don't know.
They would have people check the sheets after Phyllis.
Oh, I don't know that.
Oh, yeah. Back then.
I'd cut my finger.
Oh, they'd go to those lengths.
Ugh. Yeah, drop her. Well done.
I love when she starts laughing, though.
Me too.
It's like when you are the most likable after you've been dumped in the mud. Like
Yeah,
that
like
that kind of says something about her at that point, that she actually laughed and she
yeah.
thought this was freaking hilarious.
Okay, so why did they have to go out to the woods to play chess?
Well, because it couldn't be seen that they were friendly with each other. He's a lord and
Yeah,
he's a groom. They're
like
not
there's
supposed to know each other.
and I get that. I get that. It's just that why take that chance?
Mm.
You know what I mean? They're still on the property, so
Yeah,
yeah.
but they're kind of hidden away.
Yeah. Interesting. Hmm.
Oh, there's Hal.
Taking a
Dope.
stroll. Oh boy.
Hal
You
is,
can
this is the one that saved Jamie.
yeah, exactly.
I wonder if he's going to
Lord
clue in.
Milton.
Hmm.
Oh, now it's Colonel
Now he
Milton.
sees it.
Yeah.
He was like, I thought for sure he was going to die.
Yeah, and why are you playing with my little brother?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Dingle-legal.
Yeah.
Playing with my little brother.
Well,
It's like he walked in on him.
but he did. They both look like guilty as sin for playing chess, but he
Uh-huh.
knows what his little brother is. So,
But that
you know,
sounds even worse.
I know it does. I know it does, but that's how he sees it, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
what are you doing? Fiddling with each other?
Mm. Uh,
Just disgust, and you can tell, right?
Yeah.
Disappointment more so than anything. And she, of course, sees right away that there's something else going on. So,
yeah.
yeah. And they couldn't have married her off to like somebody like him instead. Like,
Mm.
why not? You know, he's.
I think probably because John was like, not Geneva.
Yeah. No, but I mean to his brother, you know, why? I
Like to
wonder
Hal.
why.
Because Hal was
Yeah.
married already.
Was he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Yuck. Let's go back to the shit. See if we can avoid her. I do
this.
love her outfit though. I don't know what it is. I think her outfit is just stunning.
Mm-hmm.
I think they could have got rid of those two little pleats in the front though, right at the breast line.
Mm.
Would have looked better if it was just smooth. Instead, it looks like she's got two little offset nipples there. Oh, hello. Oh, sorry. Just got distracted for a second.
Well,
there.
yeah, you got the bunchy bum, and then he actually tightens up those trousers a little bit.
Well, because he was bent over, that's why.
Oh my gosh. Like, I have to spell it out.
No, I was just being me. I wouldn't want that job either, Jamie. Sorry.
Yeah, it's stinky.
Yeah.
He's used to it, though. Yeah. Now, here we go.
Yeah. She's definitely trying to, she's beating around the bush quite a bit, you know?
Yeah, for somebody that's going to be blackmailing him.
Yeah. At first, he thought when he turned around, you know what, hey, she's trying to have a decent conversation with me. And then, boom, there it goes, right back to Geneva.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice eyes, buddy. Mm. Ooh, I think she got a little bit of tingly down there.
I know, the lady of good breeding. Like she's a dog.
Yeah.
Or a horse. Even Jamie says stuff that makes me want to smack him.
Well, because he didn't know better back then.
Yeah,
you know, didn't want to know
me.
better. Oh, yeah. I hear you. And she's having this conversation so well out in the open, like don't take him inside and have a conversation.
Right.
No, just have it while everybody's walking around.
Yeah. Like nobody's on the other side of that fence.
Right?
You know? Yeah.
Exactly. And blackmail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Blackmail to make him sleep with her.
Yeah. So Jamie got raped again.
Yep.
But, you know, this one doesn't hold as much of a stigma, I guess, which is, ooh, Jamie.
Language.
So second time he called somebody a filthy wee bitch.
Yep,
Mm.
exactly. Look at him. He's like disgust.
Mm-hmm.
But he knows he has no choice at this point, right?
Well, well, the choice is, not not one that is a easy choice. If he made
Yeah.
the other choice, I'm not sure that she would have done anything. Um, maybe found a lesser handsome groomsman, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think that. I think, that the only reason she came up with that was because of him, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure it was never on her mind that, I got to sleep with somebody else. I think it was just in that moment when the old dude said to her, you'll soon be mine. And it's just like,
Uh-huh.
and then
Yeah.
she saw Jamie and then boop, there it is.
Yeah. Well, she had the information.
Yeah,
So she did have, leverage over him.
exactly.
But she had leverage over every single person that was lesser than on the property because she could have lied about anything,
Yeah,
about any one of them. She could have said something about
yeah,
that
exactly.
somebody would have believed. But, she had a little bit more leverage over Jamie. And, she probably did have a little bit of a lady boner for him.
Oh, I'm sure she did. Isn't it funny just how change of costume and hair can
Make somebody look
change?
softer.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the lighting is softer and
Mm-hmm.
all of that, but, she's still trying to be herself, but it's hard in this moment. So,
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting because this scene itself, from the books, causes such an uproar,
of
um,
course.
in the way that Diana wrote it. Because when he's having sex with her,
Hmm.
there's a point where she's like, "No, it hurts. Stop."
Yeah.
And Jamie's like, "Nuh-uh, you asked for this."
Yeah.
And people say he raped her,
Yeah.
because she said, "No, stop."
Hmm.
Even though she ended up enjoying it later on and wanted to do it again,
Yeah.
people still say, "No, it was rape." Whereas people say, well, she did force him in the first place, so that
Yeah.
was rape.
Yeah.
And so it's this really, really confusing, dramatic thing. I'm not going to say one way or another because, as far as I'm concerned, that debate doesn't exist here because that's not how they wrote it in the show.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, and for me, reading this part, I did not like it. I was so pissed off at the end of it, finding that they spent the entire night together over and over again.
right.
That pissed me off. I'm like, fuck this. I want this chapter to be over. That's
It
not what
was
happened in the show.
it was one of those ones that, made you want to throw the book across the room, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
I put the book down. I was
Uh-huh.
done. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm so disappointed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm happier it went this way because he still stayed true, right?
Right.
Instead of like, ooh, that was good. I'm gonna have some more. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? No,
Well, yeah,
he's
because
only doing this because he's forced to do it.
mm-hmm.
So
And that's something that people were like, even debating this because they felt that, Jamie was raped once again, but for
mhm.
some reason, people didn't put as much emphasis or think was as bad as the rape with Jack.
Yeah,
Well, guys, the rape with Jack was violent.
yeah,
It was cruel. It was like destructive. This rape, if you want to call it a rape,
yeah,
then it was not. Jamie had some medium of control during this manipulation. So, no, it wasn't as bad as the rape with Jack.
right.
No matter what you say about it, it was not. He did not come out of this. He probably came out of this feeling shame.
Yes.
He probably came out of this feeling a few other emotions, but he did not come out of this broken.
I'm sure there was the emotional part of it, where he felt that he wasn't being, or staying true to Claire. But you also have to remember, he also had a moment already prior to this. This is moment number 2, right?
Yeah.
Because he was with Mary McNabb.
Right.
So,
And as far as Claire is gone.
yeah,
She is
exactly.
gone to him, lost to him.
And this is a very tender kiss.
He's trying to be gentle with her.
Yes.
Because it's her first time. And even though he is, even though he was being forced into this,
yeah,
doesn't mean that, and it's the same thing. He had a moment with Jack that he actually felt pleasure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and that does happen with victims of rape as well. It doesn't mean that they're less forced to do it.
Yeah.
It just means that sometimes your body reacts to physical touch. Now, he's putting himself in a space where, he's going to feel pleasure.
Yeah. Maybe right there when she goes and grabs his wiener.
Yeah.
And no, he was not gentle. He said, if I was gentle with you, it shouldn't hurt as much. That was not gentle, just going right up in there. So that was maybe his like, yep, there you go.
This is, well, and I think that he did go slowly at first, but then it was like, okay. And,
okay, enough of that.
She's having this. And,
Yeah.
And honestly, he's gone long enough where, your hand only can, give you so much pleasure. Then
that's right. It's the same old thing.
And your head goes somewhere too. Don't tell me he wasn't thinking about Claire.
Oh, I'm sure he was.
Right?
I'm sure he was.
That does something.
Yeah. And then this just after sex conversation. But then she seems like a normal person here, like,
well, that's because, he's hit a different
nerve. He hit a different nerve one way up inside.
When a girl has sex for the first time and her first time actually brought her a little bit of pleasure.
Yeah.
It's, you feel, you do feel love, what you think is love. And he's explaining to her, this is not love. This is lust. Yeah. This is
but it doesn't change her mind because she still feels that it is love.
Yeah. Because when you're 16, 17 years old, which I believe she is.
Yeah.
It is love. It feels like love.
Yeah, exactly. And I know, yes, she looks like she's older, but that's how it was back then. They were married off very young.
Yeah.
So
even if she is like 18.
Yeah.
That doesn't really change your, especially when you live a little guarded life like that, where you're treated like a little piece of glass.
Yeah, exactly.
You see the shadows in his eyes.
And I think even just him explaining it to her, she loves him even more, right? She's squinting her eyes. She is not confused, though. She knows. So oh, there we go. Running, and I'm running.
Running.
I want to go horse-drawn carriage ride. Ooh, I wonder what's about to happen. See, this is what I don't understand. I don't understand how they can be married and them still not have sex. Like, if he's an old dude like that, you can bet he wants to take advantage of the wedding night, right?
But at the same time, how many guys get to that age and can't get it up?
Yeah. But then why wouldn't he say something sooner about her being pregnant? Come on.
Well,
see, why does it always
admit that they can't get it up?
Yeah. That's true.
Right? I mean, that's a pretty big deal.
Okay, this part really surprised me. I was really, really surprised that Claire gave the pearls away. But I know she made that promise to Frank. I get that. But why would she give those away? I don't get it.
She was probably in, I think it was in shock, probably, or in, like, I don't think she was in a very good headspace when she left.
No,
So
absolutely not. But
uh,
I'm just surprised.
she
And you
left
know
them
what?
with Mrs. Graham, right?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what?
Yeah.
Good for Fiona for giving them back to
Mm-hmm.
her. I thought that was super sweet.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
I love that little dress on her. Man,
Yeah.
I would love to find a dress like that.
I know Terry Dressbach was saying that she had a lot of fun dressing Brianna because she just dressed her in a whole bunch of stuff that she used to wear when she was young.
Which makes total sense. And I'm sure that I had something like that when I was younger.
Mm.
I don't think it was a dress, though. Yeah, maybe it was a dress. I can't remember. But I love that pattern.
Yeah. I just love how they draped like tartan blankets over everything in that
Yeah,
room.
just hint.
Yeah.
Just a hint. Brianna looks a little tired in this scene. In the other one, she was very wide awake and perky, and she looks a wee bit tired now.
Yeah. And I think she probably is. Like, that's a lot of emotional energy. And then,
Well, things have actually been happening quite quickly, right?
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
she only just found out that, Frank isn't her dad and all that stuff. So,
Mm-hmm.
oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's, and I think her fears are a little bit more alive now, like thinking, okay, she's going to go, but is she going to come back to me?
Yeah. Oh, I like Roger's Dicky. I used to have those.
Of course you like Roger's Dicky.
I used to have a white Dicky. I used to have a green Dicky. They were really handy. I think that's why I really like turtlenecks now.
Handy Dickies? You like handy Dickies, do you?
I like handy Dickies. They're just a lovely accent to your wardrobe.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of you that don't know what a Dickie is, it's only the turtleneck, not the shirt itself.
Yeah, so it's just around your neck and nothing else.
Yeah, like somebody choking you.
Yeah, see, and I can't stand Dickies.
I haven't seen one in a long time. I haven't worn them since elementary school. So.
Oh, no. Bad things.
Bad. Hurry.
Must make paste.
I don't know
how they want it blue.
How did she get all of that out in such proper English? I'd be like, get the fucking horses, let's go.
Right?
Yeah.
She's good, man. She's good.
We must make haste. It's like, hurry the hell up.
Get your pants on. Go.
Frisians.
Yep.
Run, horsey, run.
Everybody looks so like that is not how that wagon would be. They'd be all holding on and like bouncing around.
Exactly. What a huge estate.
If it was, I mean, could you imagine living in a fucking house like that? Like,
no.
Like you get lost.
Okay, but it would never be warm. It would never be warm.
Well, there's a fireplace in every single room. Like every single room.
It would still never be warm.
Mm-mm. Yeah, Jamie, your daddy
Jamie just had a son. Aw. He doesn't know how to think. He's got a son. Should I be happy? Am I going to get in trouble? What the hell is going on?
Right. Pretty sure it's mine.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And this part makes me sad because this is the only time you'll see her like this, right? Yeah. You'll only see her upset, mad. This is the only time.
Yeah.
So, and why is she hiding in some kind of dark hallway?
Because she doesn't want to be seen.
Yeah. Oh, Jamie, your penis broke her.
Yep.
Aw. It's sad. It's sad how quickly, back then, if you were sick, that, it could turn tides within minutes to you being dead because they just didn't have the know-how back then, right?
Yeah.
So just giving birth, you had a 50% chance of living. Never mind having a healthy baby. It was 50% chance of living through childbirth.
God, I didn't even know if it was that high.
Oh, well, our grandmother, even back in the early, 19 whatever, she lost half of her babies. So,
Yep. And not all at birth, some of them before 2 years old.
yeah,
Just,
exactly.
sickness and polio and
Yeah, exactly.
look at this place. It's
Ugh,
fucking crazy.
it's
It's an
beautiful
actual
though.
estate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now this happened in front of a big open window in the book.
Yes, because he was going to
Yeah.
throw the baby out the window.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, and why would he have a pistol on him? Hello. Did he like always carry a pistol? That doesn't make any sense.
Hey, back then,
Not
maybe they
America.
did. I
Maybe
know
they
it's not
did.
it's
I
not the
don't know.
States. Who knows? Maybe he brought it with him because he knew some shit was going to go down. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't, but why would he even assume that? All they knew is that the baby was coming and Geneva was in trouble.
Well, maybe they
So,
knew old Jack there couldn't fuck. So, because that's why they married him to her, because he couldn't fuck. And
uh,
then all of a sudden they're coming for the baby. So maybe he was like, some bad shit's going to happen because,
yeah.
oh,
Oh, that baby is so freaking sweet.
I
That is
know,
one of the
right?
most beautiful babies I've ever seen.
Oh,
Oh, he's such a voice. It just echoes through the whole
oh, boom.
how. Oopsie. And the
Drop the
baby fall down.
baby, drop the baby. Now see,
Rock-a-bye,
and this is where
baby.
in the book you can do all this crazy stuff, right? Because your imagination can go wild. This is where
Yeah.
Jamie grabbed the baby as it was falling out the window.
Yeah. No, baby hit the floor. You shoot
Yeah,
someone, baby hit the floor.
yeah. And such a great baby. Didn't even cry when it
I
like
know,
got
right?
dropped on the floor. Uh, yep.
But now
Oopsie
that little
daisy.
baby becomes a very rich baby. Mommy and
Yep.
daddy have passed away, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
now the estate belongs to,
Yep.
them. Yep.
Willy, willy, willy.
Willy, Willy, Willy
Willy,
won't
willy.
go home.
Donk, 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 donk. And
Oh,
she's gonna be his pseudo mummy.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he'll grow up sweet. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
he'll
on the
has
most
such
part.
a. Can you imagine growing up with his mom? It's just like,
Ugh.
oh my God.
Well, you know what? Motherhood changes you too, though.
It does. It
Yeah,
does. The people I thought, oh my God, I could never see with kids ended up being really great parents. So,
yeah. Hmm.
you know,
I see her in this scene with those dark clothes, and her skin is just like porcelain.
yeah, exactly. Aw.
She has such an intricate beauty to her. Like
But
her eyes are so big, and I have a thing about women with big, big eyes. I just
yeah.
like I find them so stunning.
And you know what? Even though her skin is like porcelain, she's not sickly looking.
No, 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 not
You
at
know what
all.
I mean? Not
Hmm.
she has the rose to her cheek.
Yeah,
I don't know, because a lot of women that are pale
yeah,
sometimes will look sickly,
yeah.
right? But it's
Hmm.
not the case with her.
No, not at all. No, I think she has such a unique look, but she's so beautiful. I find her stunning.
Yeah.
She looks like those portraits from like the 1800s or
Oh
the
yeah, yeah.
1700s. She's got that kind of beauty to her. Yeah. Oh, look,
His first conversation with his son.
with Wilby.
Hey, so wee.
Hmm.
Yeah, he is. He's so adorable.
Yeah.
I think he has his mummy's nose, but
Yeah.
he has his dad's scowl.
Yeah. It's gonna stick around for a while, I think.
And you know what? I really like this character. I
Yeah.
really do like her, and I've kind of liked her from the beginning.
Hmm. Well, and she like she was warned. He was warned. She doesn't like Jacobites. They
Yeah,
killed her kid. Don't let her know. She's known all along. She's not an idiot.
no, exactly. But I love she's fair.
Hmm.
She's still keeping, the head of the household woman, whatever,
Right.
kind of look about her. But
Hmm.
I see her as kind,
Yeah. And she's clearly in mourning, but she's letting him know
Yeah,
that he can go home.
yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
You know, I like that she appreciates him, you know, and
Yeah.
tells him he can go home. So,
But
but I like at the end when she says, you know, you only have to ask.
yeah.
You know, I love
Hmm.
that.
And I think that she knows that something's up when he says no.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Uh-huh.
And that is a picture of
Of
Geneva
Geneva.
on her neck,
Yeah.
where a lot of people will wear a cameo. That's the first time I've ever saw that.
Yeah. That it's Geneva.
It's
Hmm.
Geneva. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I took a closer look. I thought, well, because the other girl was wearing one as well. I thought, oh, she's wearing a cameo, you know, because
Hmm.
cameos were so popular, whatever.
Uh-huh.
But no,
Yeah.
that one is actually of Geneva.
Yeah, it is. It's a photo of Geneva.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I don't think I've ever noticed that too.
Whew.
That's we
See, after almost 30 times watching it, you still find these little things.
yeah. Yeah.
What a beautiful path to have a walk on, though. You know,
Right?
ugh, the
These
fall. Ugh,
because you have people that are like that's what they are tasked to do. I know Matt B. Roberts does it too. Like will go and look for places to shoot and stuff. But there are people that actually that's their job to go and look for places to shoot scenes.
yeah,
And yeah, like that was a very rare find, I think,
yeah.
and beautiful.
I love this transition too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he looks just like the baby. You know what I mean? Just the facial features. I'm like, dang, he grew up
It's
fast.
right.
Yeah,
Don't riding his pony. And this is where, well, no, I think she's put it together over time,
yeah.
but now that other people are starting to notice it, yeah,
But unsaid, you know, it's something not said, right?
right,
And he's dressed. His colors are very regal, gold
right.
and blue, and you know, and he
Hmm.
already has the title of Lord, right?
Yeah,
So because he does
uh-huh,
own an estate.
yeah. And now that Jamie hears them saying that they look alike, he's like,
Yeah,
fuck,
yeah.
this is not going to be good for this kid.
And I don't think he's thought about it up
No,
until he heard it from there, and
yeah,
then here he gets
hmm,
kind of like a double take, like,
yeah,
oh crap, yeah, I can see it now too,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, because it's not like they have mirrors lying around,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah,
So,
they're
and
gonna
that's
find
the
out,
thing.
Jamie.
And he's like, I can't do this to the kid
Yeah.
because if people find out that I'm his father,
Yep.
then he's going to lose everything.
Yeah. Exactly.
Uh,
Well, and nowadays you can get a lot of your ancestral information on the internet. I
mm-hmm.
know there was a certain point up until, is it 1855, 1853. After that, they've transferred a lot of the documents, but then a lot of documents are lost, or you can only find them through parish or church records
Right.
beyond that. And then after that, a lot of it was done through census and government and that
Mm-hmm.
sort of thing, right?
Or in libraries like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So
Where you
I
found
know,
ship manifests, and some of them have been transferred to online, but
yeah.
not all of them have been.
No. A lot of it has. I know, especially for New Brunswick, I was looking for some certain documents and they had only reached up to a certain amount of years because they were transferring all the information. So,
Mm-hmm.
and that was through the government website.
I like how they did, like, they even catch little details. She gets so aggravated.
Yeah.
In that library they had a portrait of the queen, but
Yeah.
from that time, like now every time the queen gets a new portrait, that's the one that goes up in
Yeah.
all the
Exactly.
I love
Exactly.
this. Claire
Okay.
sitting at the bar.
And this kind of confused me at first. I'm like, what are they talking about? Why can't they sit at the bar? And then I had to place myself back in that time. And I'm like,
Mhm.
really? Even back then? I thought it was
Yep.
before then, but
Mhm.
no.
Yeah.
And then I got confused. The singer, I thought, oh, that's the same singer that
Yeah, it
Murtaugh
looked
and
like
Claire,
her.
right? I
It did
know.
look like her. It
But
looked
I'm
a
like,
lot like her. Yeah.
and then I'm like, no, that's not her though, because
No.
she is just a little bit different. So,
Yeah. Yeah. But it looks they look a hell of a lot alike. I know
What?
after the episode, I had to go back
Yeah.
and check the names on IMDb.
Yeah.
I did, because I was like, it has to, like, that seriously looks like exactly the same person. And then I
Yeah.
had to go back and look because I was convinced, but I was wrong.
Well, what we were talking about is when Claire and Murtaugh were traveling all over trying to get Jamie drawn in by the song they were singing.
Mhm.
And then the gypsies took over the song, and that was the girl that we thought did the singing, but
Yeah.
no, it wasn't.
Was not.
No,
Was not the same one.
It wasn't. And overcoats.
Yeah.
Overcoats, very popular in England.
Uh-huh.
Scotland,
'Cause
it's
damn well
raining. Raining all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you can catch every once in a while a little bit of the ends of Brianna's hair look a little bit on the curlier side
Mm-hmm.
because of the dampness, right?
Yep. Yep. And well, that's the thing. Girlfriend ironed her hair back then.
Yep,
So
sure did.
if it started getting humid, it would start bloop, bloop.
Yeah, exactly.
And same with Claire. Claire
Yep.
ironed her hair too. So
Yep.
people, whenever they're complaining about Brianna's hair going from straight to curly,
Yep.
people, aren't you paying attention to Claire? Like, she had curly hair in the first and the second, and then
Yep.
the third. When she's in the future, she freaking irons her hair too, like, or blows it out. Like, that's a blowout. Like,
Yeah.
what she's got there is a blowout.
Yeah.
But it just makes me crazy that they bitch about Brianna, but no, Claire is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Yeah,
I love this interaction. And I'm
Mhm.
surprised that Jamie actually said that, because he knows the impact of it, right?
Uh-huh.
I like that he give him a little bit of us kind of tushy, though,
Uh-huh.
but that's just
Yeah.
the way it was back then. But,
Mhm.
they
Yeah.
do. They truly love each other, and
Mhm.
to the little master, he,
Yeah.
he's just someone he loves. That's all.
Mhm.
Except for when he told him, "I'm your master. You have to listen to me."
Right.
Now,
Mhm. Yeah.
give you a little
But
smack on tushy.
that's what kids are like too, though.
You know
you
what?
know?
But it's so good for Jamie that he's been able to spend all these years with his
Right.
son. You know
Mhm.
what I mean?
Can't be a full father, but he certainly can do what he can with what he has.
Well, and thank goodness
Yeah.
that he did not come out with red hair. Oh
Right?
my God.
Yeah, that would have been a
Thank goodness. Hey,
doozy.
I have a heating duct right above my head that
Oh
I
my
didn't know it
God.
was there. And
Okay,
I had to
everybody, what she
bring it.
just did was thank goodness, and looked up when she said thank goodness, because apparently goodness is above her head, and that's when she went squirrel.
Well,
We're
I've
paying
had to bring
attention.
a heater in my room, and there's a closed vent above my head. Anyway, whatever. I'll fix that after we're done. But
I
then
love
it'll just
this.
throw me in a hot flash.
I love this where, like, John's known this as well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's because Isabel told him,
I think so.
but
I think Isabel told him.
yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't think Jamie did.
But is it so apparent that John figured it out on his own?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think Isabel would have been very open and honest with him about everything. I can't see her being a secret keeper.
Well, for her sister, I can see her being a secret. Like, I mean, I'm keeping your secrets.
What secrets do I have?
Well, I can't fucking say them out loud on a podcast, because that would not be a secret keeper, would it?
Well, I'm good at keeping my own secrets because I don't remember them.
But what I'm saying here is that
Yes.
I think John might have noticed himself, because other people were starting to notice.
Yeah,
right?
that's true. It's true.
So,
yeah.
and because John knows every angle of Jamie's face.
Okay, and this part pisses me off. I don't get at all why Jamie would ever offer himself up. I get that now this is his one and true love. His son would die for him the same he would do for Claire, but to offer it?
Huh? That's
As
what I
an
mean.
option?
But that's what you just said. He would die for him. So
Yeah.
dying for him,
How
but
about
to
just
say
asking first before going that far? Right? You know what? That's like saying, what do you want for Christmas? Oh, I want a boat. Oh, but maybe could you just get me a life jacket for my boat? No, I want the boat. You know what I mean?
well, it's one of those things that, yeah, it didn't, I think because it goes I think what the purpose of it was not so much for Jamie to offer, but for John to decline.
Ugh, it's just, you know what? That part I don't like. And,
I know you
you all
don't,
can
but
leave comments and say, well, yeah, that's fine. That's your opinion. But I don't like this part.
and you're not supposed to, I don't think. But I think like I said, I think the point was to engage people with John at this point, because a lot of people still don't like John at this
Oh, I
point.
like John.
Because I know I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about a lot of other people. And I'm talking about
me.
the thing. Shut up for a second. I'm talking about people not thinking that John always had the best motives, right? And not accepting that, he wasn't all like that. He would jump at that opportunity to jump on Jamie.
So for me, where that changed was when they were both standing up above Hellwater, when he was telling Jamie where he was going.
Yeah.
That's where my perception of him changed.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, okay, you know what? He made a mistake. He admits to this mistake very, very openly, but he still wants to have that relationship with Jamie. So I guess that's where the relationship changed for me.
Yeah. He wanted to have a friendship.
Yeah.
If he couldn't have a relationship, he wanted to have a friendship.
Exactly. Well, with the love of your life, because obviously it is the love of his life, because how many years go by and they're still friends? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but you can be friends with somebody that you're never going to be with. And the thing is that he lost the love of his life in the war.
Yeah.
John did.
But you see, he's found someone else in Jamie, even though he knows he can't have him.
Right. But you can have, I believe that people can be soulmates and not be lovers. Yeah. I believe that you can find a soulmate in a friend. You can find a soulmate in yourself very often.
I think that takes a special person that can actually do that. Someone that has anxiety or is an overthinker. Mm-hmm. You just love everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't define the two, or someone that maybe has gone through any sort of abuse. It's hard to find that definition.
Yeah. And I think that's why, is because other people have defined it so emphatically.
Yeah.
That people forget that you don't always have to go with what everybody else says something is.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think, in this scene here, little William is learning a little bit about Jamie as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Learned that his brother was named William as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that all religions aren't, like back then it was like, you're a heretic if you don't believe this, and there's so many different things that, okay, you don't tell that you got baptized like this, or you're going to be,
Exactly. And he's not so young that he will not remember all of this. You know what I mean? He, especially when they go back to Fraser's Ridge, all of that.
Yeah.
I think he remembers a lot more than he ever
yeah, he absolutely. And that's the thing that always bothered me about in the books when I was reading them, is that he didn't ever remember. Like, it was always
really
Okay. In the books he remembered nothing. And then, as things, like, it wasn't until he was like way older. Yeah. So it was, that's what I found difficult with. But they absolutely could not do that with the show, because the show is, everything happens so quickly.
Yeah.
Like, Willie would have had to, like, fall out of a tree and bang his head to forget, like, at this age, or he would have had to been the stupidest kid on the face of the planet not to be able to remember shit.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
is
this
so
is
tough to watch.
sad. You
I
know,
hated watching this. I hated it. It just,
I can't believe that just because of the incident at the library she's done. They have so much information.
mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they would have just
Oh,
had
this
time. Oh,
this
I know.
scene for them,
This,
like this music choice was beautiful.
oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
Well, she insisted on this song. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? She really wanted this song and she begged, like the researchers, find this in a different version that makes sense, right?
Uh-huh.
To the
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
And it is just perfect.
It is so perfect.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
uh,
it makes you
it,
feel so bad.
for all of them.
All of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
She knows, she knows that that's his son and
Yeah.
how hard it is.
Uh-huh.
For John, it's twofold,
Yeah.
right? He feels for him because he's leaving his son and he's leaving him,
Mhm.
and
Even
then of
Brianna
course
looking
Willem.
back on that too. It's like she's
I
leaving her
know.
father behind. Her
Something
father
new.
is leaving him behind,
Yeah.
and he doesn't look back, and that comes back to us too.
That
Roger
was
with his
hard for me.
airplane.
I know, right? Because he's thinking about his dad,
Mhm.
and it's all about the dads at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Aw,
Mhm.
and you could see that little tear in the side of his eye.
Yeah.
And I don't like that they went back home. I
I
just
know.
don't like that part. And look at the old airplane inside.
Mhm.
Remember when you
Look
used
at
to
the
have
leg
them?
room, motherfuckers.
I know. I was just saying that. Look at the room.
How dare they?
Some planes I get into, I'm like, I feel bad for anybody that's over 200 pounds trying to get onto this plane.
Feel bad for anybody that has legs.
Nothing like making people have body shame.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's just heartbreaking. That little boy did such a good job.
Yes, he did. Good wee actor.
And
Aw.
Jane, like Sam Hewen,
He
did.
nailed this.
Nailed it.
Yeah, he surely
And
did.
the way they kept that music playing,
yeah,
goosebumps.
nothing like keeping your tears going, man.
Don't tell Mom.
So this is input on Reddit. Shares this story with us in our Don't Tell Mom segment.
Doity. They say I caught my sister having sex with her boyfriend in her truck in a school parking lot. I swore not to say anything because she had a job as a fitness trainer and could beat the shit out of me. 15 years later, she married him and has 2 kids now, and we laugh about that moment, but we still won't tell our parents.
I don't think I've ever, sunk to those lows of having sex in a vehicle.
You know what?
That's a lie.
I was going to say, I don't believe you. Andrew and I were married for, I think, like at least 8 years. We ventured to do that, and no, seriously. And I think the only reason why is because when we were teenagers, neither one of us had our driver's license or a car. Because we pretty much had sex anywhere else but and you know what, the one time that we did what this stupid jerk did, we're having sex and he reached around behind my head and knocked on the window.
What?
Yeah, so to scare the crap out of me, and it
worked.
My
god oh my god
like seriously, that is not funny, man.
But so for me, it was a car. It wasn't a school parking lot. It was when we were having track day. And probably the coldest place was in the snow behind the rec center.
Wow. Look at you.
Right? I'm so daring.
Well, we outside a lot. One time was beside the river down by his house, and mosquitoes were atrocious. Let me just say that. It was so bad. The mosquitoes were horrible.
Yeah. You get bites where you don't want them.
Well, I had some on my knees, but he had them on his ass.
Oh my gosh.
I would totally see now with us, we would have gotten to a certain point older. We would have totally told our mom that story.
Oh yeah,
totally.
absolutely, 100%. 100%.
She was sharing shit with us that we did not want to know. She was like, just no, Mom, no, I don't want. Don't you knock it until you try it. It's just like, no, that's a story I do not need to hear, Mother.
Exactly. So where did you have your first tryst? Did you not tell your mom about it? We want to hear those stories. You can visit us on our website, sissues.ca, or go to Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter and send us a DM. And again, if you want to stay anonymous, let us know. If not, then we'll use your name as well. And we'll also let you know what episode we're going to air your story.